All right, so get ready because today we're going to power up your Spanish.
Yeah.
We're going way beyond just hola and gracias, you know.
Right.
We are diving deep into 50 essential regular verbs.
Okay.
The kind that are going to make you sound like way more fluent than you think you are.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Are exactly what you mean.
Sure.
What's so fascinating about regular verbs
Yeah.
is that they follow these patterns.
Okay.
They're very predictable. And once you unlock that code,
Right?
you're not just learning 50 verbs. You're learning the system
Okay.
behind literally hundreds more.
Wow.
It's like a linguistic cheat code.
I like that.
Yeah.
So it's not just about memorizing a list.
No.
It's about understanding like the DNA,
Exactly.
how Spanish verbs actually work.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that this sets us up
Oh, yeah.
for when we eventually do those irregular verbs.
Oh, absolutely.
Those are
The scary ones.
the wild ones. Yeah, those are a whole other deep dive.
This will be fun. Yeah. But for now, let's stick with the regulars.
Right?
You know, these are the reliable ones.
Okay.
We're going to be using an actual Spanish lesson as like our roadmap.
Okay, cool.
But trust me, we're taking you way beyond just like basic translations here.
I'm ready. I'm intrigued.
Okay, let's get started.
Hit me with it. What is the first
All right.
cluster of conjugation coolness?
So the first group we're looking at focuses on everyday actions.
Okay.
We've got abrir, to open, acabar, to finish, to admit, amar, to love, aprender, to learn, arrojar, to throw.
Oh, wow, sure.
Yeah.
That sounds a little more
intense
than just tossing something.
Exactly. Arrojar implies force or even anger.
Oh,
Think of like a baseball pitcher's throw.
okay.
Or, you know, like flinging something across the room in frustration.
Yeah.
Definitely not a gentle placement.
Okay, I'm getting a visual now.
Yeah.
Akabar also caught my eye.
Oh, yeah.
So it's to finish, but
Yeah.
I feel like they could have.
It can definitely have like a slightly different vibe in certain situations.
Yeah, like what?
Exactly. So akar can also mean to end up,
Okay.
but not in a planned way.
Oh.
It often
Yeah.
carries this sense of like, well, that's how things turned out,
There you
even
go.
if I didn't intend for it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So you might say, acabé estudiando medicina.
Okay.
I ended up studying medicine, even though maybe your original plan was something completely different.
Right.
It's about like the unexpected path
Yeah.
that life takes sometimes.
So it's almost like fate intervened a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
I like that.
yeah.
That's cool.
It's a cool layer to that verb.
So listener,
Yeah.
think about these first 10 verbs.
Yeah.
Which ones jump out at you?
Right.
Can you picture yourself using these in a conversation?
Exactly. And
Yeah.
moving right along to our next group,
Okay.
we've got a group of verbs related to like daily routines
Oh,
and
okay.
exploration. We have comprar, to buy, desayunar, to have breakfast, descansar, to rest, descubrir, to discover, desir, to want or desire,
Okay.
to doubt, enseñar, to teach, entrar, to enter, esconder, to hide, and escribir, to write.
Desayunar.
Yes.
Immediately makes me think of those Spanish breakfasts.
Oh, tell me about it.
I mean,
It's not just grabbing a granola bar on the go.
no, right.
It's an event.
It's a social event.
Yeah.
It's a time to like connect
Yes.
with family, with friends, and just savor the start of the day.
Yeah.
It's almost like a mini celebration before diving into the workday.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I feel like trabajar,
Yes.
to work, kind of ties into that whole,
Absolutely.
emphasis on community and family.
100%. You hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Trabajar reflects a strong work ethic for sure,
Uh-huh.
but it's also about contributing to something bigger than yourself.
Right.
Providing for your loved ones.
Mm-hmm.
Being a productive member of society.
Yeah.
It's deeply ingrained in the culture.
It really is. And I'm starting to see how these verbs
Mhm.
aren't just words. They're
Right.
windows into
Yeah,
a way of life.
exactly.
It's pretty cool.
It is.
So listener, another 10 verbs unlocked.
There we go.
Which of these resonate with you?
Right.
What scenarios can you imagine using them in?
Okay, so let's shift gears a little bit
Okay.
to verbs that deal with like communication, achievement,
Yeah.
and even a little bit of trickery.
Oh,
We have esperar, to wait or to hope,
okay.
estudiar,
Mm-hmm.
to study,
Mm-hmm.
ganar, to win or earn, gustar, to like ganar.
Yeah.
Caught my attention
Oh, yeah.
because it's winning and earning.
Exactly.
It just does double duty?
One verb does double duty.
Yeah. Is that common?
It is common in Spanish.
Okay.
And it kind of speaks to how Spanish can be incredibly efficient
Yeah.
with its verbs. Ganar just captures the essence of achieving something desirable, whether it's a victory or financial success.
Right.
So, yeah, it's kind of a cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Efficient and expressive.
Exactly.
Now, lamar
Lamar.
seems pretty straightforward
Yeah.
to call.
Mm-hmm.
But, I'm always wary
Yeah.
with Spanish verbs.
Yeah. Good instincts.
Is there anything tricky?
So, lamar is indeed to call.
Yeah.
But you got to watch out for its reflexive form.
Oh, yeah.
Llamars.
Lamars.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
This one means to be called or to call oneself. You'll hear this all the time when people introduce themselves like,
Right.
¿Cómo te llamas?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
That reflexive thing can really throw you
It can throw you off.
when you're learning.
Yeah, especially when you're first learning Spanish.
Yeah, it's like the verb
Right.
did a loop-de-loop.
Yeah. It does a little loop-de-loop back on itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a great example of how
Fun.
Spanish verbs can pack a lot of meaning into a single word.
They really do.
Yeah.
Okay, we're on a roll, listener.
We are.
Which of these verbs are you already picturing yourself using?
Exactly.
Do any of them spark a memory or a goal?
All right, for our next set,
Okay.
we're going to focus on verbs that deal with like placement,
Okay.
observation,
Uh-huh.
and a bit of troublemaking.
Ooh.
We have meter, to put or insert,
Okay.
mirar, to look or watch,
Mm-hmm.
necessitar, to need pagar, to pay, parar, to stop, peler, to fight,
Okay.
permitir, to allow or permit,
Uh,
and preguntar, to ask.
meter
It's
to
all
put.
picture.
Seems pretty basic.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling there's more to it.
You're right to be suspicious.
Okay.
Meter can get you into all sorts of situations,
Oh, wow.
literally and figuratively.
Okay.
It's not just about placing an object, it's
Right.
about involvement or insertion.
Okay.
Think about meters on problema to
Oh.
get into trouble.
Oh.
Yeah,
So it's not just about putting your keys in your pocket.
exactly.
It's about
It's about
getting involved.
involvement. Yeah.
Maybe even a little risky.
Yeah, maybe a little risky.
I like that.
The verb has an adventurous side.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And it's still a regular verb.
It is.
So all those patterns
Yeah.
still apply.
Those conjugation patterns we've been talking about,
Yeah,
they still apply here,
I like that.
even to the mischievous ones.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, listener, how are you feeling so far?
Right.
Are you starting to see the logic?
Yeah, are you starting to see
Yeah.
how this all works together?
Yeah, are you making connections?
Yeah,
Picturing yourself using these?
right.
Don't be shy, jot down your thoughts.
Absolutely. And to wrap up this first part
Okay.
of our deep dive,
Okay.
let's look at a group of verbs
Okay.
that deal with encounters, departures,
Okay.
and even a little bit of sticky fingers.
Ooh.
We have kedar, to meet or stay.
KR.
Kedar.
Yeah. Now, that's a verb.
It is verb.
That's tripped me up more than once.
Oh, yeah. Kedar is a tricky one.
Didn't we even do a whole deep dive on
I did
kedar?
a whole deep dive on kedar.
Because it has like a million meanings.
It has so many meanings. It's notoriously versatile.
Yeah.
But in this context, we're focusing on
Okay.
its meaning of to meet or to stay.
Okay.
So you might say, quedamos en la plaza a las 8.
Right.
You're meeting at the plaza at 8.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's interesting how one verb
Right.
can have so many meanings depending on the context.
Exactly.
Like a chameleon of
Catch
communicating.
the chameleon, exactly.
I like that.
Yeah, and it highlights why understanding
Yeah.
the subtleties of Spanish verbs is so crucial
Yeah.
for fluency.
Yeah.
You can't just rely on a one-to-one translation. You
Right.
have to
You got to feel it.
feel those nuances. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right, listener. We've tackled the first set
Yeah.
of 50 essential regular verbs. But before we move on to the next batch,
Yeah.
which one from this last group stands out to you?
Right.
What kind of story or conversation
Yeah.
can you imagine creating with it?
Exactly.
We'll be right back with more verb adventures
I'll be back.
in part 2.
Welcome back.
Oh, I'm feeling energized.
Yeah.
Ready for more?
All right.
It's amazing
It is.
how these simple verbs can unlock so much depth
Yeah.
and nuance
It's really cool
with
how
the language.
Yeah, the more we explore,
Yeah.
the more we're going to see how these verbs connect to
Right.
like the culture and the history and the heart of the Spanish-speaking world.
Totally.
Ready to jump back in.
Oh, I am so ready.
All right.
Where were we?
Let's see.
Quitar. Regresar.
Yes. Quitar.
Responder.
Responder.
Okay, let's unravel these.
Okay. Quitar means to take away or to remove.
Okay.
And it can be used in both concrete and abstract ways.
Oh, interesting. Like,
So you could say, quita la mesa. Clear the table.
right.
Or you could say, me quito la idea de la cabeza.
Okay.
He got the idea out of my head.
So it's not just about
Right.
physically removing something. It's
Yeah.
about removing...
It can be about removing thoughts.
Oh, that's cool.
Ideas.
Yeah.
It's like,
Quitar has this power
Yeah.
to clear the clutter,
exactly.
both physically and mentally.
Physically and mentally.
I like that.
Yeah, it highlights how Spanish verbs often
Mm.
encompass a wider range of meanings
Uh-huh.
than their English counterparts.
Right.
It's all about context
Right.
and the subtle ways Spanish speakers use language to convey their thoughts.
I like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of context,
Okay.
we have regresar, to return.
Yes, regresar.
Isn't that similar to volver,
Oh, good catch.
which also means to return?
So you are picking up on those nuances.
I'm trying.
Yes. So while both mean to return,
Okay.
regresar often implies a return to a specific starting point.
Right.
Imagine you're telling your friend about your trip to Barcelona.
Okay.
You might say, regresé a mi hotel después de un largo día explorando la ciudad.
Right.
I returned to my hotel after a long day exploring the city.
Yeah.
Whereas volver is more general,
Okay.
just about coming back.
Okay.
Like, volveré pronto.
Got it.
I'll be back soon.
So regresar is like completing a loop
Yeah, like completing that loop.
back to your origin.
Back to the origin, exactly.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Responder, I'm assuming.
Responder. You got responder simply means to respond or to answer.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's nice to have a verb that just...
I know, right? A
Yeah.
verb that behaves itself.
Exactly. That's
That's-
as you'd expect.
It's like a little oasis
Yeah.
of predictability.
In this vast landscape of verbs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What's next?
Okay, let's delve into robar.
Okay.
To steal or to rob.
All right.
It's interesting how English has so many
It does.
specific words for theft, like steal, rob, pilfer, swipe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Filch.
Yes, all of those.
Well, Spanish often uses
Right.
robar.
Yeah, robar as a catch-all term.
So robar covers everything from
It covers everything from,
sneaking a cookie from the jar
yeah, sneaking a cookie from the jar
to robbing a bank.
to robbing a bank. Exactly.
Well, that's quite a range.
Yeah, it is a pretty wide range.
I wonder if that reflects a different
That's an interesting thought.
cultural attitude towards theft.
Yeah, it might be worth
Yeah.
exploring further.
Yeah, how cultural norms
Yeah,
and historical context
Mhm.
shape language.
absolutely.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Something to ponder, listener.
Something to ponder.
Okay, onto a slightly lighter verb.
Okay.
Saltar.
Saltar.
Is it as simple as to jump?
You gotta, saltar encompasses all kinds of jumps.
Okay.
From saltar la cuerda,
Right.
jump rope,
Right.
to saltar de alegría,
Okay.
jump for joy.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
It embodies energy. It's a verb that really embodies
In the movement.
energy and movement.
Yeah, it's like a little linguistic trampoline.
I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like a little trampoline bouncing us
Yeah.
into all these new experiences.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, what else?
All right, let's revisit trabar,
Trabajar.
to work.
Okay.
We touched on its cultural significance before,
Yeah.
but it's worth emphasizing
Okay.
that trabajar is more than just a job.
It's more than a job. It's like a,
It's a source of pride
yeah.
and identity
Yeah.
for a lot of Spanish speakers.
It's about contributing to the community,
exactly.
providing for your family,
Mhm.
making your mark
Making your mark on the world.
on the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm seeing how deeply these verbs
Yeah.
are intertwined
Yeah, they are.
with values
Yeah.
and traditions.
And that's what makes language learning
Yeah.
so fascinating.
It really is.
It's not just
Yeah.
about acquiring vocabulary.
Right.
It's about gaining insight into a different way of life.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Usar.
I'm guess.
Usar.
That's pretty straightforward.
Spot on usar means to use.
Okay, good.
You could use it for just about anything.
Okay.
From tools to
Yeah.
technology to
Yeah.
language itself.
Right.
Uso mi español para conectarme con el mundo.
Okay.
I'll use my Spanish to connect with the world.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I'm starting to feel that
I know, right?
more and more
It's amazing how much deeper we get with every verb.
with every verb. Yeah,
It's cool.
it is really cool.
What's next?
All right, let's move on to vendor,
Vendor.
to sell.
Yeah.
It's a verb that conjures up
Yeah.
images of like bustling marketplaces,
Mhm.
lively negotiations,
Right.
the exchange of goods and services. So,
Vendor reminds us that language is also a tool for commerce,
exactly.
for connecting with people on a practical level.
Yeah, it's how we exchange.
Right.
It's not just goods, but ideas.
Ideas, stories, dreams.
Stories, dreams, exactly. It's all part of that.
I like that.
Yeah.
And last but not least, in this group, we have vivir,
Vivir.
to live.
To live.
Perhaps the most fundamental verb of all.
Yeah, possibly the most fundamental verb.
Right.
It encompasses everything.
Yeah.
From our daily routines.
To our hopes and aspirations.
To struggles.
Right.
Triumphs.
Triumphs, all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vivir, to live, to experience, to embrace.
To truly embrace.
Yeah. All that life has to offer.
All that life has to offer.
It's a verb that reminds us to be present.
Yes.
To savor each moment,
Yeah.
to make the most of this incredible journey
Exactly.
that we call life.
And that, my friend,
Yeah.
is the perfect segue
Okay.
into our next group of verbs,
Okay, hit me.
which focus on embracing life's experiences.
Seeking help when needed and expressing ourselves creatively. We have acceptor, to accept ayudar, to help bailar to dance.
Oh, bailar.
Bailar?
I see a fun one.
A fun one, yeah.
Okay.
Buscar, to search or look for. Cantar, to sing. Contestar, to answer. Cocinar, to cook.
Okay.
To believe. Deber, to owe or should. Devar, to leave or to let. And disfrutar, to enjoy.
Okay.
Quite a diverse mix.
So bailar, to dance.
Bailar.
Does that cover
It does.
all kinds of dance?
There's all kinds of dance.
The specific verbs?
So bailar is the all-encompassing verb
Okay.
for to dance,
Okay.
whether it's salsa, tango, flamenco,
Right.
or just grooving to your favorite tunes
Right.
in your living room.
Yeah.
Of course, if you want to get specific,
Okay.
you could use verbs like tango for to dance the tango,
Okay.
or flamenquer for to dance flamenco.
So if I wanted to tell somebody
Mm-hmm.
that I was a passionate salsa dancer,
Yeah.
you could say,
Me encanta bailar salsa.
exactamente.
Okay, perfect.
You're a natural.
Okay.
It's all about finding the right verb
Mm-hmm.
to express yourself authentically.
I like that.
Yeah.
Now, acceptar and ayudar
Yes.
seem like pretty crucial verbs
Bravo.
for navigating social situations.
They're essential.
Yeah, tell me more about those.
Okay, so acceptar means to accept,
Okay.
whether it's an invitation, a gift, or even an apology.
Right.
It's all about
Yeah.
acknowledging and embracing what's offered.
Okay.
Ayudar, on the other hand,
Yeah.
is all about lending a hand,
Right.
offering support,
Mm-hmm.
being there for others.
Yeah.
It's a verb that embodies
Okay.
compassion and generosity.
So if someone offered me a delicious plate of paella, I could say,
You could say,
acepto con gusto.
perfecto.
Okay.
Yes. I accept with pleasure.
Okay.
And if they were struggling to carry a heavy bag,
Right.
you could offer.
Te ayudo con eso.
Okay.
I'll help you with that.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah, you're mastering the art
of
of Spanish conversation.
These verbs aren't just about grammar. It's
No.
about,
It's about connection.
connecting with people
Yeah.
on a human level.
On a human level, exactly.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's like these verbs are building blocks for relationships,
They are.
creating moments of
Yeah.
shared understanding and support.
Hmm.
What other verbs in this group can help me foster those connections?
Well, buscar, to search or look for,
Okay.
can be used for so much more
Okay.
than just finding lost objects. You
Uh-huh.
can use it to seek out new
Buscar.
experiences,
Yeah.
new knowledge,
Yeah.
even new friendships.
Yeah, I like that.
Estoy buscando una buena conversación. I'm
Okay.
looking for a good conversation.
Yeah, it's about actively
Exactly. It's about
seeking out connections,
taking out those connections.
engaging with the world around you,
Mm-hmm.
being open to new possibilities.
Being open to those possibilities.
I like that.
Yeah.
And once you found those connections,
Mm-hmm.
contestar, to answer becomes crucial.
Crucial.
Yeah.
It's about responding thoughtfully,
Yeah.
engaging in dialogue,
Uh-huh.
and building
Those relationships.
those meaningful relationships.
It's about listening attentively,
Exactly.
understanding different perspectives, and expressing yourself
Yeah.
clearly and respectfully.
Clearly and respectfully.
It's the foundation of
There you go.
true communication.
And beautifully said.
Thank you.
Now let's add a dash of creativity to the mix
Okay.
with cocinar.
Cocinar.
Cocinar, to cook. and creer, to believe.
All right.
These verbs are all about expressing yourself, sharing your passions, and connecting with others
Right.
on a deeper level.
So cocinar is more than just following a recipe.
It's more than just following a recipe.
It's about sharing your culture,
Yeah, sharing your culture.
your heritage,
Your heritage.
and your love through food.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about creating something delicious and nourishing
Right.
for the people you care about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And creer, to believe,
We're for you.
is about having faith in something
Exactly.
bigger than yourself.
Whether it's a cause and idea or simply the power of human connection.
It's about trusting your instincts and following your heart.
Following your heart, exactly.
I like that. I'm starting to see how these verbs aren't just words.
They're reflections of our values.
Yeah.
Our hopes.
Our hopes and dreams.
Our dreams, yeah.
They're the tools we use to
Yeah.
build a life filled with meaning and purpose.
Filled with meaning and purpose.
Powerful stuff.
It is powerful stuff.
Now, for our final set of verbs in this part,
Right.
we've got some that deal with responsibility,
Okay.
enjoyment, and even a bit of letting go.
A little bit of letting go.
We have deber, to owe or should,
Yeah.
deber,
Yeah.
to leave or let,
Mm-hmm.
and disfrutar,
Disfrutar. To enjoy.
to enjoy.
Okay.
That way.
Deber. I'm guessing that's
Yeah.
the one to use when I'm trying to
Exactly.
be responsible.
Mhm.
Get things done.
Deber expresses obligation or duty,
Okay.
like, debo terminar este proyecto antes del viernes.
Right.
I should finish this project before Friday.
So it's the verb that keeps us on track.
It keeps us on track.
Helps us achieve our goals.
Helps us achieve those goals.
But sometimes it's equally important
Right.
to dejar.
Yeah. To deber.
To let go.
To let go.
Yeah.
To release
Okay.
what's no longer serving us.
Right.
And make space
Mhm.
for new possibilities.
That's a nice way to put it.
Yeah. Dejar can also mean to leave,
Okay.
whether it's physically leaving a place
Mm-hmm.
or leaving behind
Right.
old habits or beliefs
Yeah.
that are holding us back. And of course, disfrutar, to enjoy,
Disfrutar. Yeah.
is all about savoring
Savoring life's pleasures.
life's pleasures, big and small.
Big and small.
Yeah.
It's about appreciating the beauty that surrounds us.
Yep, around us.
And finding joy
Yeah, finding that joy
in everyday moments.
in those everyday moments.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, listener, we've covered a lot of ground in this part
We have.
of our deep dive.
Mhm.
Which of these verbs resonated with you the most?
Yeah.
What kind of story or conversation or
Yeah.
experience can you imagine creating with them? Welcome back to our verb voyage.
Right.
We're in the final stretch of our deep dive
We are?
into 50 essential Spanish verbs.
Okay.
And I have to say, I'm feeling pretty empowered.
Yeah, it's amazing how much
Yeah.
depth and nuance
Yeah.
we've uncovered in what seem like
Yeah.
simple words.
It's a testament to the richness
It
of the
is.
Spanish language.
It really is.
These verbs are more than,
Just tools for communication.
they're gateways
Yeah.
to understanding a culture, a history, a way of life.
I love that.
Yeah.
So what treasures
All right.
are we unearthing in this final leg of our journey?
Let's kick things off with escuchar,
Escuchar.
to listen.
Okay.
It might seem straightforward,
Yeah.
but in a world that's increasingly focused on
Yeah.
speaking and broadcasting, truly listening
Yeah,
is a powerful skill,
it is.
especially when learning a new language.
It's about tuning in.
Exactly.
Not just to the words, but to those nuances,
Right.
the emotions, the unspoken messages.
Yeah.
You know, it's how we build empathy and understanding
It's how we connect.
on a deeper level.
So I wanted to tell someone
Yeah.
that I was really enjoying listening to them speak Spanish.
Right.
Could I say,
Yeah. You could say,
disfruto escuchándote hablar español?
see,
Okay, perfect.
that's a perfect way
All right.
to express your appreciation.
For their language
Yeah.
and their company.
Okay, cool.
It shows you're engaged and eager to learn.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Explicar, to explain.
Explicar, to explain.
That seems pretty crucial
Crucial for any language learner.
for any language learner.
Yeah.
Is there anything tricky about this one?
Not at all. Explicar is as straightforward as it gets.
Okay.
It's about sharing information
Yeah.
clearly and concisely,
Mhm.
making the complex understandable, you might say.
Yeah.
¿Puedes explicarme cómo llegar a museo?
Okay.
Can you explain to me how to get to the museum?
Right. So it's like having a linguistic flashlight.
I love that.
Yeah. Illuminating those dark corners of
Yeah.
confusion.
Pick the verb that turns huh into aha.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that.
Now let's talk about intentar.
Okay.
To try or to attempt.
Okay.
This one embodies
Yeah.
the spirit of learning, of pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone.
And embracing the possibility of making mistakes.
Because making mistakes
Exactly.
is part of the process.
It is.
It's how we grow, it's how we improve.
Yeah.
So instead of being afraid to mess up,
we can just embrace that intentar mindset.
yeah, and just go for it.
And just go for it.
Voy a intentarlo.
Exactly. Voy a intentarlo.
I'm going to try it.
Yeah, I love that.
Okay.
Now, how about
Yeah.
we inject some fun into our learning with jugar to play?
Jugar.
Jugar.
Okay.
This verb reminds us
Yeah.
that language isn't just about rules and grammar.
Right.
It's about
joy.
joy, creativity,
Creativity, connection.
connection, and just like
Yeah.
letting loose.
Yeah. Embracing your inner child.
Exactly. Embracing that inner child.
Having fun.
Yeah, and just finding the delight
Yeah.
in simply playing with language.
Me encanta jugar con las palabras.
Me encanta jugar con las palabras. Exactly.
Yeah. I love playing with words. And sometimes,
And sometimes
even the most mundane tasks can become a form of play,
you can
like limpier to clean.
here to clean.
It might not sound exciting,
It might not sound exciting,
but with the right attitude,
but with the right attitude.
it can be a mindful activity.
Yeah, a way to create order
Yeah.
and beauty in your surroundings.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah, it's about finding that satisfaction
Yeah.
in a job well done.
Exactly.
Even if it's just tidying up your room.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
What are we wrapping up with?
All right. So we have pagarle to pay,
Okay.
a verb that's essential for navigating
Yeah,
those everyday transactions.
right, buying grocery souvenirs,
Exactly. Whether you're buying grocery souvenirs
plate of tapas.
or that delicious plate of tapas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of experiences,
Okay.
we have pasar,
Pasar.
which can mean to spend time, to pass,
Yeah.
or to happen.
It's a verb that really captures
It does.
like the flow of life,
Mhm.
the way things unfold.
Right. Those unexpected turns that make our journey so unique.
It's about embracing the present moment,
Exactly.
observing how things change and evolve, and being open to those surprises.
Yeah, being open to those surprises.
I like that.
Yeah.
And finally, we have pensar,
Pensar, to think.
to think.
The verb that allows us to
Yeah.
process information, to
The-
form opinions.
The dream up new
And
possibilities.
dream up new possibilities.
And connect with the world
And connect.
on an intellectual and emotional level.
It's the verb that makes us human,
Yeah.
that allows us to reflect, to learn from our mistakes, and imagine a better future.
I like that.
So as we conclude our deep dive into these 50 essential Spanish verbs,
Yes.
I encourage you to keep pensando,
Okay.
keep exploring, and keep embracing the beauty and power of language.